What's up everyone, welcome to a new property portrait from Perfinex, the #1 English-speaking and independent financial planner in Germany. Today, with a rental property in a location, again, you probably never heard before. Just to show you that there are many exciting rental properties apart from the top 10 cities like Berlin, Munich and Frankfurt. Today we will have a rental property that is brand new and hot on the market. Well, actually not really on the market. You will never ever find this property on a public market. This sale will be completely off market. The property I'm talking about is in Koblenz, Rhineland-Palatinate. Hope that I pronounced that right. But before we look at the property, let's see if Koblenz itself is a good area to invest in and where Koblenz is anyway. If you've seen our property portraits before, you know this Germany map. Gray means there's too much supply. Yellow means that the supply between rental properties and the demand is leveled. And the more red it gets, so orange, red, dark red, the higher and higher the demand is. So you can clearly see the top locations, the top cities in Germany. And can you see this small city in the middle of all gray? That's Koblenz. Exactly where I tell you to invest all the time, in the B and the C locations, so the yellow ones and the orange ones. Why? Because they're still affordable and they make good money. And that's what is important as a real estate investor, right? Koblenz is located in the Middle Rhine area. That's 130 kilometers of river, the Rhine, starting in Bonn, which is very close to Cologne, in case you don't know where Bonn is. That goes all the way down to Bingen, which is roughly the height of Frankfurt. And Koblenz is right in the middle of this side of Germany, with an incredible history that leads back to the Roman Empire. It has an insane amount of castles and also an insane amount of people. 500,000 people live in this UNESCO World Heritage Site. Koblenz is the third largest city after Mainz and Ludwigshafen, which underlines again, do not buy in the top 1 or top 2, go down a little in the locations towards locations that are still popular, but not so popular that you have to pay an insane price for properties there. This is a shot of beautiful Koblenz, and now you might understand why not just the Middle Rhine area is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, but also parts of Koblenz are, which brings many tourists. But Koblenz is not just a tourist city. Koblenz has by far the highest job density in whole Rhineland-Palatinate. Do I pronounce that right? Koblenz has far more jobs than working population. You can see it, 1,400 jobs on 1,000 inhabitants. And that's why about 67,000 people commute to Koblenz every single day for work. That speaks economic power, which leads to a strong real estate market and a high demand from tenants. But it's not just tourists and workers, it's also students. Koblenz has the second largest university in the state with about 18,000 students. And we know it from the property portrait we've done in Stuttgart that some of these students will stay after their studies, they will start working in Koblenz, and they will increase the demand for real estate even more. Let's take a look at the property itself. It's called Kartusia, which is in Karthaus, the largest and a very popular district just in the south of the city center of Koblenz. This is it, or at least parts of it. It's 21 buildings, which is pretty huge and great for scalability. Makes it possible to get everything cheaper. Property management, renovations, all the other stuff will be cheaper than in smaller properties. We have more than 250 flats ranging from about 30 square meters to about 100 square meters. Prices are not public yet, but let's say it like this. This will be a very good investment size for a first rental property to buy. As you can see on the picture, it's an existing building, so you will buy it with a tenant, which is good because you get cash flow from rental income right after your purchase. The con is that there may be some renovations that come eventually. And this is the perfect example why an experienced and reliable property manager is key when investing in rental properties. As soon as the first tenant that you buy the property with moves out, there will be extensive renovations done inside the apartment and outside the apartment, so windows and balcony, for example. In this property, Cartusia, the renovations are almost paid for it because there's millions in renovation reserves saved up already, which equals a healthy 5 digits per flat. Where do you get this? Where can you buy a flat and have tens of thousands of euros already saved up for renovations that you might have to do? And keep in mind, renovations are not that bad, because they're tax deductible as a real estate investor. So the strategy is that over time, when more and more tenants move out and more flats get renovated, the rental income will increase of the whole project, which is good and actually in the best interest of all owners because of the rental pool, which pools all rents from the whole property and distributes it equally among the investors based on their square meters. This is optional in this case. Many investors like it. Why? Because the risk of having €0 rental income, even though your flat is empty, is virtually zero. And the last highlight, if you check online purchasing prices of properties in Koblenz of this magnitude, we're talking about a healthy 20% lower purchasing price for this property than market value, which is an absolutely insane amount if you think about it. 20%. So they clearly bought this property with Corona discount. If you want to take a look inside of the property, you don't have to go to Koblenz. Check the link in the description with a virtual 360-degree walkthrough of one of the apartments from Cartusia. Germany's getting digitalized. Very cool. If you like this property portrait, feel free to like this video and subscribe right here on YouTube. You can also subscribe to our mailing list to get early access to these property portraits before they get released to the public. And if you're thinking, maybe Koblenz is a good property for you to invest in, feel free to reach out. You can text us on WhatsApp or book a free 30-minute meeting with us. And if you're not sure if Koblenz is right for you, but you're interested in rental properties, you can still book a meeting because there's many more to come. Take care, everybody, and happy weekend.